The battery in this video was provided by Humsienk, and there's an affiliate link in the description where I may earn a commission if you buy one. This is a Humsienk 12 volts 100 amp hour LFP battery, and I filmed a previous review of this unit, and I got some comments about the negative bus bar on the BMS. So it has been known for a while with these that the negative bus bar is pretty thin. It's good for 100 amps, but the default current limit on the BMS on this battery is 300 amps. So how's the bus bar going to do at 300 amps? So I did the only logical thing one can do and spent $1,000 on test gear to test this cheapo battery. So my intuition tells me that this is going to work well, because the bus bar is going to heat up the BMS, which is going to trip the BMS high temperature disconnect before anything gets all too toasty. So let's keep an eye on the smart shunt. We press the button. So that's 200 amps. Leave the battery, and we'll turn on the video recording on there and just see what happens. So this is a severe overload. This battery is rated for 100 amps, so it's overloaded by, 2 times. And we can see that the BMS is leading the temperature rise. So I have the data from the BMS up in the Dolphin BMS app, which is actually the real OEM app for this BMS, and we're at 70 degrees FET temperature, reading 215 amps. So once this gets to 90, it's going to cut off, but it's definitely taking its time to get there, and we have some pretty significant heat build-up in there. Bus bar's over 110 degrees. Peak temp on the BMS, I'm not sure what part of that is, it's 118. That's one of the cable shoes, that's getting all that hot. 82 degrees, 83, 84, the temperature set 126 degrees on the lights. Oh, those transistors are not having a good time in there, that's for sure. 88. 130 degrees, 90, I'm very cut out. We'll turn you off. So it did save itself, but that was pretty gnarly. So let's just open up the case and see what kind of temperatures we actually have. So we have peak temperatures on the terminals going down to the bus bar. Those are over 100. Negative terminal wires are in the 70s. We'll have a PCB close to the terminal there. Is the hottest point. So yeah, we were measuring these terminals as the hottest point. So the protection saved us at 200 amps with the bus bar just really super heating up the terminal area of the BMS, and that eventually translating to the transistors. Now the question is, what's going to happen at an even higher current? Alright, I've reset the setup, allow the battery to cool down. It's sitting right 30-40 degrees, and the official Humsienk app agrees. So I've now changed the setup so that we're going to draw about 280-290 amps. So hopefully this is going to be right at the edge of a battery, of what a battery can do without tripping the current, but we are playing close to the edge. Main load on. Where do we land? 170. Gotta turn it down just a just a bit. Don't want to get too close to 300 and the voltage is going to drop, so MOS temp is 68, 70, bus was at 100, so we definitely have bus bar highest temp right now. 73, 75, current's 280 amps, 78. So peak temperature on the bus bar bolts is 130 now. 81 degrees MOS temperature. 135. 84 degrees, 86. It's going to trip out any moment. 140 degrees. 145, 46, 47. 150, and there we trips. And the MOS temperature is rising. Let's quickly so bus bars 130 with PCB. What's that? 120, 125, 126. Internal wiring, that's actually not bad. 70. Terminals, they just haven't had time to heat up. Yeah, positive terminals just fine. And down toward the cells, yeah, down by the cells, it's actually just fine. That's not overheating the cells at all. So the BMS does get very, very toasty, but it seems to be tripping. The over temperature protection before it gets self-destructively hot, so that actually seems to be pretty good. I'm not too concerned. It doesn't self-destruct, even though it does run very hot for the little while that it operates. It does seem to actually turn off reliably, and nothing else is getting like concerningly hot. No, that's not too bad. Alright, so now we've just tripped it out with the 300 amps. Let's just be normal people and immediately turn the 200 amp load back on, so you know we've overloaded it and we're like, fine, we'll remove a bit. So we're back to 200 amps. Let's see what's going to happen. So we're already quite preheated, 77 on the transistors, and at 200 amps it's not running as excessively hot on the bus bar. 80 degrees. 90. 85 degrees on MOSFETs. 96, 97. So we're going to trip out in just a second here. 89, 90, and it trips. Okay, so that's definitely hot, but not Battleborn tier hot, not Chernobyl hot. So can we do clear status, confirm? It's turned back on. So the inverter is going to start again, trying to draw 200 amps. So we'll just immediately reset with a 200 amp load. And this is just going to trip super fast now. It's so heat soaked. 88, 89, and 90. It's going to trip. Yeah, you know what? I'm not concerned. It's as I expected. It's just really hard, given the thermal configuration of this battery. Even though it does get really toasty, like everything here is hot to the touch, and if I were to touch any of that stuff I would get burnt. But the fact that the bus bar has such a good thermal connection to the BMS, it just makes it trip the BMS before anything really has time to get super toasty. So it's you should still, this is a 100 amp rated battery, you should have this fused at about 100 amps. But for peak powers, it's not going to self-destruct even if you do abuse it. I'm sure if you keep this up every day and overheat it, it's finally gonna break. And in that case you might get a shorted FET and you might have a really bad time. But I'm not inclined to call this a thermal design with a bus bar and everything bad, because it really just does its job. To be honest, it protects you, even with the high current limit, which enables you to pull a ton of current for a moment, which I really like. That is what a battery should do. I'm a lead acid guy, I don't want my battery to have brains. So the fact that this guy will just put out a bunch of current and finally shut itself off if you really try to abuse that, that's good. I don't mind that. So yeah, I don't think this thin bus bar is a problem. In fact, I think it's part of what makes this battery behave decently well, even though it comes with a very high default current limit, because it's just going to add more energy, more heat to the BMS, and make it trip out before anything breaks. Cheerio.